So YouTube has just made some very interesting updates when it comes to the YouTube Partner Program, how you can start making money and how you can start making money potentially faster. YouTube is citing that by early 2023, the YouTube Partner Program creators will be eligible for revenue sharing on Shorts videos. So what this basically means is that you'll be able to get into the YouTube Partner Program with the 1,000 subscribers, and you can choose between the 4,000 hours of watch time on regular videos or 10 million views on Shorts videos. Now, I already know the 10 million is sticking out like a sore thumb, and I actually want to run some numbers with you on how that may be achievable in a better way than what you're thinking. So here's the nitty gritty when it comes to the details on how you can get paid. Creators are going to keep 45% of the revenue, and they're also launching Super Thanks for Shorts, but it's in beta, and it's currently open to a few thousand creators on YouTube, so it just depends, but right now it's in beta, and then it will start to roll out in more countries in 2023. Most of the stuff is like it'll come out in 2023 in the beginning of the year. Now, I wanted to take a look at what does it realistically look like for you to get 10 million views on like Shorts or even vertical videos, especially taking a lot of what I've learned growing on TikTok and applying that over here on YouTube, but it's still just not quite the same. This has to be done in a 90-day span. So you have to get 10 million views in 90 days. What that realistically looks like is if you're only posting one video per day, that's a short, you're going to need at least 111,000, and again, about 111,000 views per video. For some people, that may be very realistic, and so Shorts is the better way for them to go. But what if you're not getting the best performance on every individual video? Let's break this down in another layer. If you post about 3 times per day over the 90-day span, you would need about 37,000 views per video. Now, that's something I think is a little bit more realistic than expecting every single video to get 100,000 views, because in some respects, it literally is just not easy. And some videos will pop and then you'll do something very similar and you're like, this one is not doing as good. And sometimes it's hard to understand exactly why, but it is good to keep pursuing how can I best communicate with my audience using this vertical format. But let's say even the 30,000 is kind of unrealistic for what you're doing. Let's go one more layer deeper. Let's say you're going Bee's Knees Hall of Fame. You're going 5 times per day on vertical video content. And these are some of the numbers that you would need to hit in order for it to work to hit that 10 million views. That'll be roughly about 22 to 23,000 views per video, which for some people is a little bit more realistic. Let's take my buddy Joshua Verwers, who's been doing his Bible series on Instagram, where he's literally reading a verse of the Bible, no teachings, no explanations, no da 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 da. He ain't going through all of that. All he's doing is giving one inspirational Bible verse every day, and some do well and others don't. But for somebody that is making videos every single day, or maybe even cover certain concepts per day, it makes that concept that much easier. But when you look at something like, let's say you're in consulting or you're doing real estate, how can you realistically make 3 to maybe 5 videos per day in vertical format more realistic? And I think even if you don't want to go for that 10 million views and you literally don't see that being a realistic concept for you, I truly believe creating vertical video content makes you a better regular video creator, because you have to get to the point. So when you take the concept of micro playlists and you look at what kinds of videos can you do that are relevant to your niche, you're not dancing and pointing, which of my best videos, I have never danced and pointed. Now, I do skits and I love to play around in that respect, but that's just part of my personality, me being goofy, and it's another side of myself that I can show that would kind of make sense in a regular video, but I'm thinking of finding ways to like incorporate it, allegedly. Well, let's take a realistic look of what are some of the kinds of content that you could create if you're doing vertical video content that would help you kind of hit closer to that 10 million views, or at least just get better in your content. First category would be funny. Everybody loves to laugh, or something that is really interesting. Now, you don't have to go all out and do skits. There are people that do other kinds of combinations of things that make stuff funny, which puts us into the second form of content that you could do. Connecting trending sounds with relatable scenarios. I literally saw a TikTok this morning on somebody connecting a trending sound with a relatable scenario.
Good evening. Tonight's top story Everything is awful.
Now, everybody has had that work husband, work wife, or work best friend that you're going to or connect with, have lunch. That's relatable. The third kind of content that you could potentially do is a duet or a stitch. Everybody tends to call it something different. And when it comes to duet, it really doesn't always have to be something that's related to your niche, but sometimes it is helpful when you're looking at different things, because what happens is the algorithm tends to do something very, very interesting. The person that initially saw the regular video, especially on TikTok, what happens is it cycles back around other videos where people are stitching, they're getting engagement with it, and other people are liking it. And it's kind of like that Amazon suggestion of other people who bought what you're buying right now also got this. Number 4 is news and relevant updates. This video is exactly that, a news and relevant update to your specific industry or niche. Now, if you are a lawyer, attorney, and you did not get in on that Amber Heard and Johnny Depp stuff, I'm really questioning what the hell are you doing? That was one of the best news, and like everybody was addicted to watching that story. Some people maybe was annoyed with it, but I love seeing different kinds of attorneys take different picks and looks at it, because we people, normal everyday people that aren't attorneys, were wondering what the hell is really going on in this court, or they can't do that, can they? What about in this state? It didn't matter what you were doing. People were using that news, that trending information that's going on to give an update and make it relevant to their niche. So there's tons of ways to reverse engineer stuff all the time. And then the 5th way, my favorite way, is just original content. I love to do stuff like that, and that's my skits. Now, I actually really want a Z battery to do my chapter 2, a simple way to make a good impression. Let me call you back. Hey, who is you? I think it's who are you, but I'm a Z30. The Z what? Oh, no, who said you could use the letter Z? So what you shoot? So I shoot 4K 30, 1080p, 120 frames per second. AM50, but I need new gang members. Not so sure this book is working. And it's just really a concept playing on different camera brands, how they connect with each other, and just other little funny bits. But how are you actually supposed to start making money from all this content that you're going to be creating? Don't wait for YouTube to start paying you. You need to find a better way for you to pay yourself. Even at 45 or 55%, it's great and it's nice and it is wonderful. Let that be the least way that you make money, because it's so many other ways that you can make money doing what you do for your brand. Now, I'm a firm believer that the YouTube Partner Program, no matter how successful you become, should be one of the least income earning opportunities that you have, simply because you're taking advantage of other things that is available to you as a content creator and entrepreneur. So just to name a few, that would be consulting. That's one of the things that I used, and we make quite a bit of money through consulting, where people are able to schedule whether that's 30 and 60-minute sessions if they're needing something, and maybe they may schedule 1 or 2 of those at a time. And then you have where people sign up for the coaching package, where it's 9 one-hour sessions, and that is still a form of consulting. You're just putting it in a package so you can take somebody through a program or take somebody through a process when it comes to growing and optimizing their channel, learning video, stuff like that. Then you have digital products, courses, things like that. Like you can get Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-Fi, or something of the like, sell digital products that way. So that's combining like number 2 and 3 way to make income. So yes, you can sell like a PDF guide or something like that, even different templates and stuff that you could use in websites like Canva, or you can just have where people are able to donate and gift things to you. Now they're talking about in this recent update where they're also going to be including the super thanks, but again, you're waiting for YouTube to pay you after like 30 days for that. Whereas with Buy Me a Coffee, that literally could be today or tomorrow, that when somebody gifts income to you just to say thank you, then at that point, you're receiving that income within 1 to 2 days. Now, outside of those smaller offerings where it may be a PDF guide or program or something like that, you can go into digital courses. Digital courses is a great way to make income. And we actually just launched the Building a Team course. You can check out the QR code on the screen. Just kind of hold your phone up to it and it'll take you over there to it. But that also helps you to start doing the next option, which is building a community. We launched the Video Simplified community after we left Buy Me a Coffee so that we could add more things to the program. So the Building a Team course was already there for those OG members that came over from the Buy Me a Coffee platform. So I'm able to gift them different things. We have our EntreChats daily morning show that we do every single day. That's another form of a digital product. So you literally could even sell access to that because it's a private podcast. And let's not forget about brand deals and sponsorships, and those are different other ways to work with brands that you love and like and probably already use, so that you can start creating income and not have to worry about like maybe where the next check is coming from if you have like an ongoing partnership of maybe like 2, 3, 6 months, sometimes even extended times of 12 months, depending on what you're doing. And you can do a mix and match of things where you're working and partnering with the brand, not only to like do sponsored ad segments and stuff like that on your channel, or making a video about a particular gift or something that you got in the mail, but to actually go and do courses for them. We did that with Ecamm, with the Ecamm Simplified course. Now, those videos don't live on my channel and I don't own those videos, but those are ones that we did when we partnered with Ecamm. In addition to, maybe you're not doing something as extensive like that, but you could do that for Instagram posts, TikTok posts, even YouTube shorts, now that that's becoming available, and it's a win-win for both you and the brand. So literally start thinking outside the box when it comes to ways that you can make money on YouTube without having to rely fully on the YouTube Partner Program, but leveraging your videos to start making income that way. And then finally, but this is not an exhaustive list, which is public speaking, which I was able to set the goal in 2019 that in 2020, I wanted to start doing public speaking. And because I set the intention, when 2020 hit, not only was I already prepared because I was doing talks even when I still worked at the bank, I was already doing speaking engagements long before I actually quit my job. So when 2020 rolled around, I did digital speaking engagements, and those digital engagements transitioned into physical engagements. And it has continued to be something that we're doing in the business that provides income when we're teaching and training other companies, corporations, and speaking at events. I hope you're starting to get like some kind of just idea of what is possible for you as a content creating entrepreneur. So if you want to start going through the process of actually getting better in creating your videos, I went and did a little bit of a deep dive into a case study that I know a lot of creators are making. I see it a lot with my clients, and it's something that I want to help you fix in your video content that I know you've made this mistake either in the past or you're still making it right now, and you need to fix it. Click on the video on the screen because I know you're going to need it.